When the words generally accepted to describe a problem change, the perception of that problem changes too.
Now, this kind of inequality, a level that we haven't seen since the Great Depression.
In the past week, we saw President Obama has accepted and is using some of the words used by Occupy Wall Street protesters to describe the nation's economic problems. It's an important development because the way an issue is talked about or framed often determines the outcome of the debate.
We're here to raise hell because the banks are out of control, and so we got to fix that.
Inequality also distorts our democracy. It gives an outsized voice to the few who can afford high-priced lobbyists and unlimited campaign contributions.
I'm here today to give voice to the people who don't have enough money to hire their own lobbyists.
Because the corporations are spending more on these lobbyists than they are in paying taxes.
And it runs the risk of selling out our democracy to the highest bidder.
As Obama said last night, it is exactly the same. The corporations have too much money, too much power, and they are selling out our democracy. The politicians are selling out our democracies. They are such gangsters.
This kind of gaping inequality gives lie to the promise that's at the very heart of America, that this is a place where you can make it if you try.
And I have such a revolting feeling. I'm nauseated sometimes when I just think about it. What is happening to this country, which I was so enthusiastic about when you liberated Germany?
We tell our kids that in this country, even if you're born with nothing, work hard and you can get into the middle class.
Almost speechless at what is happening, that this can happen in this America.
We tell them that your children will have a chance to do even better than you do.
I have 3 children, they are all Americans, and 2 grandchildren, and I'm demonstrating for them and for their future also.
It's heartbreaking enough that there are millions of working families in this country who are now forced to take their children to food banks for a decent meal. But the idea that those children might not have a chance to climb out of that situation and back into the middle class no matter how hard they work, that's inexcusable.
It's not about us, it's about our generation, the next, or my grandkids and their kids and stuff. They're going to have it harder than we got it.
I'm here because I love teachers and I love nurses and I love everybody else that do things for people, good work for people. If you do something that's good for people, you can find yourself out of a job or living in poverty. If you're a sociopath, you can make millions. Our economic system is simply not fair.
I believe that this country succeeds when everyone gets a fair shot, when everyone does their fair share, when everyone plays by the same rules.
We're fed up. Enough is enough, and we're taking back our capital. We're taking back our government. We're not going to allow them to serve their corporate interests anymore.
I'm very concerned about the disparity in wealth.
Some billionaires have a tax rate as low as 1%.
I think it's an outrage. I think it's immoral. And I think that this Tea Party mentality is very destructive to our country. And so many, like Paul Ryan, buys into that type of ideology.
The market will take care of everything, they tell us. If we just cut more regulations and cut more taxes, especially for the wealthy, our economy will grow stronger. But here's the problem. It doesn't work.
Feed the poor, man. Let's get people back in the house.
Yeah.
What they saying? The loot is cold, brother. It's nice and warm out here.
We hope for them to realize that there's a lot of us and that we need jobs and that there's no more room for corporate greed, and we need jobs and education and healthcare and immigration reform. We're coming from an immigration organization in Boston, and there's a lot of immigrants here who are under shadows, and we need jobs and we need healthcare for them.
Stop making all the cuts, like the Social Security, Medicare. I'm a senior citizen. But the most important is jobs. We need jobs. My family is hurting for jobs in the whole nation. It's not just me that I'm looking after, because the whole nation has to get back to work.
On the whole, and in the long run, we shall go up or down together.
We're not going to stop. We can't stop. And we do have a duty to our children.
And I believe America is on the way up.
It's time for the people to rise up all of the people who are affected by this. It's the 99%. If you are poor, lower or middle class people, you are in the 99%, and it's time to take our nation back and make it for the people, by the people.